Well, everybody, welcome to week 4 in interviewing and report writing. Before we get started about what's coming up this week, we'll go ahead and quickly talk about the discussion assignment, written assignment that y'all had last week. First, this was your first stab at actually writing a police report. Some of you are trying to write it more as a report than, an academic report than a police report. Remember, this is the report that is for the police department, not for not for an academic class. So you write it like you are the police officer. They were most of them were pretty good. I don't think anybody got below a 90, so so that's not bad at all. But a couple things: we need labels. You need to separate things out with labels. Don't overdo the labels, though. We don't want a label for every sentence. You want a label. You'd have an introduction. You'll probably have a detail. You may have a label for suspect, victim information. You may have a label for the stolen merchandise, but that would be about it. And also, y'all all got credit for 100% credit for your identification of the victim, because I forgot to put some identifying information in the report. I didn't realize that you didn't get the name of the victim in the interview itself. So for the next one, I've added that information, so just utilize that in your report. Other than that, like I said, for a first try, they were pretty good. Just kind of write them more, not as a step-by-step, but more as an informational report. Just kind of keep an eye on your book. But we'll see as they go along, they will all improve immensely. Okay, let me get out of the way and we'll talk about what's going on this week. And so this week, we are going to be looking at Chapter 5 in the book on habits that make speedy writing. So watch the video, read the chapter in your book, and take the all-important quiz before midnight on Monday. Keeping in mind, you must make a 70 or better on this quiz so that you can look at Chapter 6, which is due on Wednesday. And that's on other types of writing. Read that chapter in your book, watch that video, and take that quiz before midnight on Wednesday, making sure you get at least a 70. I also would like to point out that you can retake these quizzes as many times as you want. They are going to be worth the same as one of the exam grades. Take them over till you get 100. That would greatly enhance grades in the course. So that is something to just kind of keep in mind. Okay, so this week we're going to be doing another video on the for you to write a report. This time I remembered to put suspect information. The suspect is, and I tried to listen to the video. I think this is how they identified him, Mara Cisco, and I gave y'all a date of birth and address and all that other information. So be sure to include that in your report. Again, make sure your report has an introduction. In the introduction, you should simply say, I was dispatched to whatever location on a suspicious person, and you can make up the location if since it's I don't know that it's mentioned in the video, but just give it a location, and then you'll have a detail section where you'll detail what exactly you did and so forth. You'll have information on the suspect. You'll have that label. So make sure you use all those labels, and we'll see. So hopefully we'll see some improvement. Not that the last ones were bad, but that's the whole idea, is to improve as we go on. Okay, that's about it for this week. I will talk to you again next week.